All
Is it?
right.
Yeah. Okay.
It should be ready now. Let's see.
God, this is so complicated.
No, it isn't.
Uh,
Somebody make noise.
Brr.
There it is. All
Woo!
right, it works.
Oh yeah.
All right, it's recording, so just start whenever you're ready.
Okay. All right,
Okay.
Alexa, go ahead.
There's sort of like a backstory to like how Portia died. Like before I even like start with the things that we went driving last week, and then we went to the like park off of Thompson, and then we had like bright ideas. It was literally pouring out, and like our bright idea was to like just like run through the rain like barefoot in the grass. Like yeah, it was a good time. It's not all that funny unless you were there, but I think you guys will get it. Okay. Portia Marie Wooten died on June 3rd, 2020, from stones being stuck in her feet due to walking through woods without shoes. However, there's more to the story. Before this occurred, she was experiencing withdrawal from her favorite berries. Don't worry, she loves all kinds: strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, all of it. Even before that, she was on her way to slow death due to too many 100-meter repeats on the track with her favorite coach, Well Dog. Back to the woods, though. Portia wanted to run barefoot in the rain before deciding to go into a mysterious path leading into the woods. It was pouring rain, so it was very muddy, but Portia thought it was a nice exfoliator for her feet, seeing as how everywhere was closed due to Corona time. But before she knew it, there was no longer mud and only stones. She reached a path leading to huge mulch piles that made it easier to walk, but returned to stones just as she thought she had relief. It was too much for Portia, and she fell over, bleeding from her feet from the jagged rocks. Portia is the kindest soul on this planet, and I never thought I would find a friend as incredible as she is. We've been friends for 3 years and have only grown closer. We faced a lot together, both good times and trials with everything in between. And luckily, Mr. Shaw has even put up with our crap long enough to let us mess around in first period together. I'll never forget our trip to Chicago and spending basically every waking hour together for 4 days straight, or going to get our bags checked for the bus and parents being just slightly concerned that we had a full jar of peanut butter and whole stalks of celery. Her crazy matches my crazy, and so does her food likes and dislikes, along with her coffee addiction. Corral and track have given us a lot of time to spend together between lodge, field trips, rehearsals, meets that are a few hours away, and practice every day. She's held me up when I couldn't do that for myself and has answered texts and calls in the middle of the night when I hadn't given her any good reason to. She's pushed me to be a better version of myself, and she's been there to encourage me despite my shortcomings. I've never met anyone as spontaneous and spunky as she is, and I have no doubt that that will carry through everything that she is about to accomplish. We've seen each other at our worst and also at our best as time and situations have come full circle, and I couldn't be any more blessed or proud to call her one of my greatest friends. She's a force to be reckoned with, and she is doing and will continue to do great things. I told her to keep being the sunshine because she will always be that to me.
Awesome!
Yay!
Awesome!
Miss Pepper, we miss her. That was great, Alexa. Thank you, honey. Aw, Portia, Portia. Okay, moving on to Alexa Samp. It is your turn.
Okay. Um, Hello. It's great to see so many people here to honor our good friend, Andrea Florentino. Andrea's time here was too short, to say the least. She died doing what she loved. She sang so much her heart stopped. She was strong and fought hard, but losing her was inevitable. Drea, to her friends and colleagues, was such a nice, soft spoken person with a ready smile for everyone. Drea was a great friend. She was the kind of friend that stood by you no matter what. I met Drea in hair and makeup, but didn't truly know her until 2 years in trouble. In trouble, she was one of the first to approach me. I knew she would be a good friend, and I wasn't mistaken. Drea was an extremely talented, caring, and warm hearted person who had so much left to give. She never failed to impress, whether it be her various Instagram singing videos or some cool idea she had for a makeup look. I remember our walks to get coffee during the musicals and plays, and our constant complaining about how broke we were because of our endless DoorDash orders. I loved our time in hair and makeup together. Now, what will I remember most about Drea? Her kindness and sincerity, and her general belief that everyone is good and means well. What will I miss most about her? my friend, a person that I go to if I ever need help. The person that would always reassure me. I remember in class, especially CHORALE, I'd ask her silly things like if my outfit looked stupid, or if I said something wrong, or if I sounded okay. No matter what, she was always there to tell me everything was okay. When I'm nervous, I'm not always familiar or comfortable around certain people, I kind of do this thing where I kind of cling on to someone until I am comfortable, shy people things. But more times than not, she would be that person. Plus, who wouldn't want to hang around Drea at a party? She provided the best snack, Takis. I think everyone appreciated her contributions. She always rooted for me, and she was someone that I could laugh and cry with. Also, I always admired how she never judged anyone or forced her opinions on anyone, but offered valuable and truthful advice that I will surely miss. Drea would smile if she were here with us today. Her memory will always be with us. She would tell some funny story to tell to make everyone feel comfortable, and we would for a moment forget our sadness. I will miss my friend dearly, but I am so grateful for having known her. That's it.
Okay, that was awesome and so true. I know, Drea, I didn't even realize that. Whoops, Alexa, you're right. She's like always eating Takis every time I see her. Fabulous. Okay, Alex did mention that to save us time because we could easily be here with only half of you for a good 2-3 hours. If your person isn't here, right, Alex, am I saying that right? If they're not here, then we're gonna skip over that, unfortunately, even though you prepared it, but we'll get that to them. Okay.
If you want to either record a video of it or just send him like the text of it, you can do it that way too.
Me too, Sal.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Okay. Oh, shh. All right. So who is next here? Allie, is your person here?
Dana is indeed here. So
Yes. Okay, everybody. Let's see. Allie is going to tribute Dana. Here we go.
great. Dana, a cherished friend of ours who went too soon. However, the way she went is, well, an interesting one to say the least. Dana was doing her daily Peloton ride when she got a notification on her phone out of the blue. It was a GoFundMe donation. Now, she hadn't seen anything of her GoFundMe since December. This was the first donation she'd ever received, actually. And to her surprise, it was a very large sum of cash, which shocked her even more so. She didn't think anything odd of this, however, so she went on with her day. The next day, she received another donation from the same person, this time with an even larger amount of money. This went on for a few more days until suddenly, the donations abruptly stopped. But here is where the tragedy takes place. She receives a text message. No more donations coming in, cluck cluck. Dana assumes that this is one of her friends weirdly trying to prank her, so once again, she goes on with her day. An hour later, she receives the final message. Bok bok, turn around. As she reads this, a giant white feather falls on her phone screen. In horror, she turns around to see a giant angry chicken towering over her. We haven't seen or heard from our dear friend since this tragic encounter. Dana was one of the most beautiful souls I had ever gotten to know in my entire lifetime. There are so many positive things I could say about her, and quite honestly, I could go on for hours, but I'll try to keep it concise. She was genuine and loyal. She always kept it real and told things as is, but was a friend that if you ever needed her, she'd be there for you 100%, no doubt. She was strong. Not only was she strong for herself emotionally, but she was strong for others. Even if she herself wasn't having the best day, or even having a good day at that, she still managed to have that ability to uplift people just by being in the room. I can easily say she's been the best part of my day many, many times. She was absolutely beautiful, not just on the outside, but on the inside too. She was absolutely stunning and had the most amazing personality and kindest heart to match. Dana always left a little bit of sparkle wherever she went. She was super hardworking and extremely dedicated. It's not every day that you see someone work that hard at what they love. She was in 5 choral groups as well as a musical. She always knew her music, choreo, etc. to a T. Not only this, but she was an incredible officer for trouble. Like, hello, that takes serious grit and talent too. Her voice is that of an angel. Our inside jokes were the best. I mean, what can I say? The Ians just know what's up. We also have made many memories over the past few years, whether it be from middle school show choir, high eyebrows, musical, countless chorus rehearsals, Disney, etc. I'll truly miss our random outbursts of laughter, no matter what they're about and how random they were. Like I said earlier, I could talk about this wonderful human being forever if I could. Dana, you are an absolute gem. I love you more than words could ever try to say. Thank you for being my go-to, almost birthday twin, and ray of sunshine. I'm so lucky to not only call you one of my best friends, but the sister I never had. And that's my video.
Everyone's confused about the chicken thing.
Woo!
Thank you.
What is going? We're all confused about the chicken.
I
Explain
like
the
the part
chicken
about
thing.
the chicken.
Dana
and I
always
just
says
call them
chicken.
Yeah, at vocal
No,
jazz,
chicken.
she would always go chicken, and I would go chicken,
Chicken.
and we were just chicken.
Is that true?
That's
That
real.
happened right now.
Yeah.
I
That
didn't
happened
know that
all
was
the
happening.
time. Where were you?
I was just saying, like every single day, Dana would say chicken.
I
She'd say it in
He goes,
reverse
chicken.
Why would either of you be
I definitely feel like that's code word for drugs or something. I don't
Oh
remember
wow!
chicken.
Yes, because the one
Right,
point
wait,
you
we
chose
No.
you chose
far
to
into
begin.
that. Way too far into that.
Literally.
Allie, I like
Okay.
the GoFundMe mention.
What?
The GoFundMe. GoFundMe.
That was an awesome tribute.
GoFundMe. That was a cute GoFundMe.
I just was hung up on the chicken. Sorry. Okay, moving on. I'm gonna guess that Drea has Alexa. Do you guys have each other? I don't actually know. I don't have the list. No, you have somebody else?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Who do you have, Drea? Or don't we know? I don't know. Are they here?
Yeah, she's here.
Oh, okay. Okay, then you go right ahead. I'm gonna mute myself. Drea, go ahead.
Drea, you have to unmute.
Drea, you're muted.
Drea, can you hear me?
Ba-da-dum-bum. There we go. There we go.
There we
Okay.
go. Okay, you're
It's
set.
like wasn't unmuting for the longest time. Okay, so I have Grace, and okay, so how Grace died was so she likes to be competitive, and so her and Jamie were fighting over like who could eat more gumballs in like a gum eating competition, and and so Grace ended up winning, but unfortunately she choked on the gum and died. And yeah, so anyways, but Grace was such an amazing person. She never judged anyone. She was so open with people. She was funny, and but she knew when to be serious in rehearsal, and she always knew her part, and I could count on her like whenever I needed the starting note or anything. And I loved getting paired up with her and Jake Buzek for the dance competition, even though I can't dance. And she worked so hard with everything, like everything she does in chorus, and it doesn't go unnoticed. She's such an amazing friend, and I love talking to her in chorale and after school when we were waiting to be picked up. And I loved wearing matching chorale hoodies when we would just like we didn't even try. I'd be like, oh, I like your hoodie. And I'm so happy that I met you in chorale because it's crazy. We had so many opportunities to meet. Like we went to the same youth group, and I knew her older sister, but we just never talked until chorale. And I love how you're just like so passionate about everything you do, and I'm gonna miss you. And that's
Drea.
Oh, Drea, she's
that was so cute.
Everybody give a hand. Make sure you unmute so we can all hear the applause.
That's the 100
But
people.
I was part of that. Jamie and I have done that before. And I
We
won.
have. Yeah, and she threw up.
I was just like, I didn't know that you actually did that.
That's why I was like, oh my god, wait, Grace told you the story.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, gumballs. I have to remember this. Gumballs. Okay, moving on to Brayden. Brayden, is your person here?
I cannot wait for this one. This one's good.
Brayden?
Yes, his
Okay.
person is here. His person's here.
Okay, is he alive? Brayden.
Brady, what you doing?
Brayden, you're not pronouncing.
You did it right one. Brayden.
I
I
will.
told you about
Me and
this.
Brayden are playing 8-ball right now.
You
Give
do
him a
realize.
sec. Give him a sec. Oh no! Stop.
Brayden, you
played
have
with
Holden.
Holden.
I
He
told
does
you this.
realize. Yes.
I may
He
be a
does realize
customer,
that this
but I know that's not how it's
was
supposed to
kind
be.
of tribute, right?
Brayden.
Brayden, some of us have to go to work. Please hurry this up. Please.
No.
No.
Brayden should be prepared.
Just skip
It
Brayden.
should be. This is his second year at this.
him.
Yeah, no, he did right one. He did right one. Oh,
He
yeah.
left. All right, skip.
Did he
Skip.
leave?
He left.
Oh, that was funny.
Ooh.
Sorry,
Oh, I'm gonna
Holden.
get him for that. Okay. So now hold on. Back to alphabetical order. Brian Renzoni, it is your turn.
Okay. Is Seth here?
Smile is here.
Yeah. Okay. Here goes nothing. Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. Unfortunately, this is the fourth death that I have had to report in the last 4 years of my life, despite the fact that I am only 18. The first time was in 2017, when the tragic death of Nicholas Christopher Mastro Domenico shocked the Corallians of that year. However, as I stand here before you today, I am deeply saddened to inform you all of the death of Seth Filia. For those of you that knew Seth, you knew that pre-quarantine, he was adamantly preparing for his role of Hannah from Hamburg in this year's CHS production of La Cage aux Folles. Seth loved this character with his whole heart and honed in every aspect possible of Hannah while working with the other Cagel. He even went so far as to shave his head and dye it blonde before the show. It looked really good, by the way. If it weren't for the coronavirus and Seth's unfortunate early demise, I'm sure he would have loved to perform that show. As the final weeks leading up to the musical came and went, the other 5 Cagel started to notice that Seth was taking his character's qualities to heart, almost as if he was becoming Hannah in real life. During chorale each day, Seth would be rude and bossy to the bass section, and at some points, he even attempted to overthrow Alex and become the section leader himself. At this point, as a proud member of the Renzoni regime, Alex knew that things had gone too far. On March 12th, 2020, Alex met in secret with the other 5 Cagel in order to devise a plan that would ruin Hannah forever. As the 6 of them sat on the set of La Cage aux Folles that night at CHS, they began to contemplate what damage would hurt Seth the most. Was it tearing apart his Hannah outfits? Kicking him out of chorale? Demoting him within drama club? No, it was none of these. At that moment, Alex and the 5 Cagel gathered around him all knew what had to be done. In order to give Seth the revenge that he deserved, they had to go after the one thing that he valued most, his life. But surely they couldn't just approach Seth and kill him. That was way too grotesque for their taste. No, instead, the group was going to go after Francis, who appeared to be Hannah's soulmate until the end. Hannah would have no other way to recover from such tragic news. The only question was, where was Wheezy? He typically forgot about some of the La Cage rehearsals, but who was the one who always saved him? That's right, Cristo Changeo. So, after the group told Stowe about their plan, Stowe advised them on where to find Wheezy, his basement. The group, sure enough, found Francis in his basement, attempting to get better at Fortnite so that he could be considered good enough to play again with Stowe, Jack, and Anthony. Yet he was completely unaware of what he had coming for him. As soon as they got close enough, the group of the 5 Cagel and Alex started to ferociously cough on Wheezy, causing him to contract the coronavirus and forcing him to self-quarantine for the next 2 weeks. However, Wheezy being Wheezy, this wasn't the way he died. You see, Wheezy forgot to eat while he was in self-quarantine, which ultimately led to his premature death. Upon hearing this news, half of the La Cage cast was blatantly not surprised. I mean, Wheezy forgot his lines so much that it made sense that he forgot to eat too. While the other half, including Seth, was plagued with grief and became terribly depressed by this tragedy. Without his Francis, Hannah didn't know what he would do anymore. Who was he going to boss around? Surely it couldn't be Alex or the other Cagel, because now Seth understood that they could easily give him the coronavirus too. At this point, it felt like Seth had no other options. He saw no other way out of his mayhem, and Seth Vilja, aka Hannah from Hamburg, ventured off to find the real Le Cajo Fall in Saint-Tropez, France. Unfortunately, he drowned in the Atlantic Ocean while attempting to swim across it and was eaten by a great white shark. I had the great privilege of getting to know Seth, and I would like to take a quick moment now to honor him in the incredible, albeit short life that he lived. Seth tended to be on the quieter side, which made the story of his death all the more ironic. However, everything that he said was always thoughtful and appreciated. Furthermore, Seth gave his all for everything that he loved, whether it be chorale, drama club, media club, or one of the many other activities that he was involved in. One of the many things that I appreciated about Seth is that he was always open with others and spoke what was on his mind. I'll be the first to admit that, especially in high school, sometimes it can be incredibly difficult to do this. Seth always had a unique personality and refused to blend in with the crowds. I will always remember him for putting a smile on my face, as is evidenced by his name on the meat, making me laugh and teaching me how to be a better person. If anyone needs a role model, just remember Seth. I wish that more people would be like him, and I hope that his love and passion for theater and singing lives in all of us for many years to come. Thank you, Seth. We love you.
That was amazing. That's hilarious.
I'm sad that that's my last tribute, not gonna lie. That was really a sad moment for me.
That was fantastic, Bri. Thank you. Good tribute.
Thank you.
All right. Good. All right. Andrew, Braden's back, but he's not prepared, so we're going to move on. Dana Gomez, is your person here?
Yes.
Okay, Dana, take it away.
Okay, so this is like, we're going to pretend that Corona didn't cancel our opening night for La Cage. We are gathered here today to mourn the loss of Alanie Lee Negron. Allie, short for Alanie, I've known of since 7th grade, roughly 5 years ago. My first impression of Allie was, wow, that girl can sing. I don't really like her that much. I first heard her singing in Mary Poppins as the alphabet lady, and I knew she would have many more theater experiences to come. It was March 14th, opening night of Le Cage au Faux. Allie had been texting me how nervous she was for her debut. Following her text message, I replied that there was nothing to be nervous about. Allie picked me up from my house, and we arrived at the school preparing for opening. While awaiting the rise of the curtains, she was last seen eating one of those frickin' rice cakes and iced coffee from Tim Hortons. We could hear the chanting from the crowd, za za, za za, za za. She knew the crowd was not chanting for her. She was eating out of stress and nervousness. She could not stop. Racing back and forth stage and ranting to Mrs. Weber, Jania, and I about how she couldn't go on to perform. She kept running back and forth and tripped over the prop table, causing a riot and noise. The table was tied to a drawstring that was connected to a heavy sandbag. Allie lied there, struggling to get up. The heavy sandbag dropped from above, crushing Allie's whole body. She let out a deathly scream, then bam, it stopped. All the girls in the cast rushed to help Allie. It was too late. We checked her pulse and she went unconscious. As Vitello announced the show to be canceled, we placed Allie's body inside a body bag and dropped it into the dumpster behind the school. We sang a couple songs in remembrance and continued on with life. Ever since my sophomore year, I had been very close with Allie. She's been my pal, my Ian. You could always catch us laughing about stupid stuff that happens in the music department and how idiotic we are together. I will never forget how she could wheeze so hard and not damage her voice. I'm not sure if she was a true alto 2 or a soprano 1, but she could do it all. Allie has been so dedicated to all of her choral ensembles despite rumors and meanies that she would encounter. It's so sad to see her pass while doing what she loved, or what we thought she loved. It was a pleasure to sing and work beside such a lovely and hilarious lady for so long. Forever and always, I love you, Ian.
Thank you for giving me my own body bag.
You're welcome. Well, that's awesome. Soprano 1 or alto 2, you don't know. She's all over the place, which is fantastic. I was just going to ask you a question. Shoot. Okay. No, that was awesome. That was awesome. Okay. I love this day. This is the day, this and Christmas. The 2 days where we just sit back, we listen, we have fun, and you all put so much work into this. Braden. Okay. Emily DeWick. Emily DeWick, are you ready? Is your person here?
No, she's not here. It was Kenzie.
It was, okay. All right. Well, we'll get that to her, right? You can video yourself or text it to her. Thank you, honey.
Yeah.
Thank you for being prepared. Jane, are you ready?
I am.
Okay. And your person's here?
Yeah, I think I saw Jada, right? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's there. Okay. I'm off. You go on.
It is with great sadness that I stand before you today to mourn the loss of our fellow Corallian, Jada DePerio. She passed away in an unfortunate accident a few weeks ago, and she will be missed greatly. You see, Jada was an AP World student. She was in Mr. Ratka's 9th period class with me, and she was a very conscientious student, even if she never read the textbook chapters until like the last couple weeks of the year. When quarantine started, Jada continued to work hard doing classwork from home, and she began to prep for the exam. She meticulously created a chapter-by-chapter study guide for herself with colored pens and sticky notes and like everything. She watched pretty much every Heimler's history video ever created, and she did every practice essay she could get her hands on. Now, all of this studying and dedication was great, but it came with a price. Jada became so obsessed with studying for AP World that she kept accumulating study material and she had so much review material between her handwritten study guide, normal textbook, printouts of tips for taking the exam, copies of the rubric, and everything else that she had to find someplace to store it all. She decided to put it on the top shelf of her closet, and she had to use a stool to access it all. This worked pretty well until the day of the exam. In the morning, Jada decided to get in some last-minute studying. She got her little stool and climbed up to reach her study materials. As she was grabbing her textbook, it slipped and fell, along with all of her other study things. The textbook, which is right here, and it's very heavy, hit Jada in the head, and she was knocked unconscious, fell off her stool, and lay on the floor, where she was buried in an avalanche of her other study books and stuff. Her brothers were playing video games, so they didn't hear anything, but her dad poked his head into her room after the crash. All he saw was a huge pile of AP World stuff, so he assumed Jada must be all right. However, Jethro, Jada's adorable dog, began to bark and dig into the mountain of books, and her dad came back in. He and Jethro dug through the huge pile until they found Jada's body. Jada was an energetic, passionate, loving, and dedicated person. She worked incredibly hard in all that she did, and it paid off. Jada always made sure that she knew her music for every ensemble that she was in, and if someone else needed help with their part, she was more than happy to help. She worked hard in dance as well, stretching and learning new routines and working on her skills every single day and making incredible progress. Jada was an incredibly kind and caring person who looked out for her friends and family and was always willing to talk her friends through problems and follow up with a giant hug. I'm proud to have been her mom since 7th grade when she was my little chip in Beauty and the Beast. Jada, we will forever remember your extreme dedication, work ethic, kindness, and compassion. I love you, girl.
Wow.
I love you too, Mom.
That was beautiful. I didn't realize that you were Mrs. Potts and Jada. I was there and I saw that. I did not remember that was you two were cast for that. That's kind of perfect casting right there. Wonderful. Okay. Grace LeVay, is your person here?
Yeah, she's here.
Okay, beautiful. Take it away.
All right. We are gathered here today to remember a strong member of the alto section, Morgan Chalmers, a loyal, candid, and jovial person whose details surrounding one's death are sadly unclear. However, we do know this. Morgan Chalmers was just a junior at the time of her death, but she was already making plans for the future. One of these plans was to begin making college visits before her senior year started. On the day that she was supposed to be visiting University of Cincinnati College Conservatory of Music in Ohio, Vitello was planning on recording the symphonic band pieces at Kleinhans Music Hall. When telling Vitello of her absence due to her college visit, he screamed and went on and on about how the band needs her French horn skills. Morgan was humiliated and made a choice, and boy, was it the wrong one. Lindsay begged her not to go. The band needs you. He'll yell at me. But Morgan didn't listen to reason. She headed to Cincinnati anyway. Morgan enjoyed the drive there. It was peaceful and calm. She wasn't worried about what Vitello would say. All she could think about was seeing one of her favorite schools, and that was enough to relieve any stress that Vitello put on her. The auditorium was beautiful. The artwork, layout, and community of the school was all that Morgan wanted in a college. But when everything seemed okay, and all was well, Vitello came running in and screamed, "Morgan Diane Chalmers, how could you disrespect the music department like this? I drove all the way here while the band sits and waits. Now take your French horn and get in the car." Vitello tossed the French horn case with such force that it hit Morgan in the head and knocked her off her feet. Morgan touched her forehead, feeling a warm liquid run down her face. In a vicious rage, Morgan grabbed Brian Renzoni's backpack, which was there for some miraculous reason. She smacked Vitello over the head, killed him instantly. Morgan's last thought before blacking out was, "I'm finally free." Morgan woke up at the high school, in the band room of the high school, to be exact. Vitello loomed over her body, a smug smirk on his face. She screamed. It was then that Morgan realized she had become a ghost, forced to spend the rest of eternity playing French horn for Vitello in a one-on-one lesson. Not for real though, Morgan. You're awesome. You're a great person, a great friend. I'm really lucky to be able to interact with you every day and spend my favorite class with you. And I speak for both Lindsay and Morgan when I say that you two are like the sweetest people that I've ever met. Like, what a dynamic duo. I'm so lucky that I've grown close to you, and we have another year in chorale to spend with each other. And the alto section rules. That's all I'm gonna say. That's it. I'm done.
Yay!
Thank you.
I know, Grace. I think we were all thinking the same thing. Wait, did this actually happen? Or okay, that was great. Morgan was dying. Okay, Greg Wheezy, is your person here?
Yes.
Okay.
My turn. My turn.
Yes.
Ryan Davidson's my tribute.
Oh, wait, is he here?
Yep.
No, Ryan's not, is he?
Yeah, I'm here.
I don't see him.
Okay,
He's here,
Mama.
Okay, well, hey,
I'm
as
here.
long as you're here, that's what is important. Okay, look at that. Brayden, Wheezy is prepared. Wheezy.
Don't bring me into this. Don't bring me into that.
All right. Sorry, Greg. I'm really proud of you. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so we have all come here to celebrate, or rather mourn, the death of our dear friend Ryan Davidson. Sadly, he couldn't make it here today, as much as we'd like him to. But there's some things surrounding his death that not everybody knows, and I'm here to lighten the situation. Give light to the situation. So I believe I know the truth of his passing or his murdering. It all took place during the fall play, Moon Over Buffalo. You see, someone didn't really like Ryan. Someone had a little grudge on Ryan. You see, he wasn't the most liked around the block, you could say. And they would do whatever it takes to settle it, So during the opening scene of Moon Over Buffalo, someone had switched the fake swords with the real one. And unfortunately, Mr. Vaughn wasn't there to yell at everybody. So it wasn't gonna turn out well. So during this opening scene, while Adam and Ryan were fighting, Adam had accidentally slayed Ryan all over the theater, everywhere. Opening night, we're talking about blood everywhere. It's just the play. Nobody realizes. However, Adam had no idea. He had no idea. You see, he wasn't the one who switched the swords. It was someone else. And I know this is probably going to shock some of you. It's going to shock some of you, but I know the truth, okay? It was Jason. That's right, Jason. In a desperate attempt to become the best Chorale freshman, his greed took over, and he had to get rid of Ryan. I mean, it just all makes sense when you think about it. Ryan was just in his way. And so I don't know what you want to do now. You can apprehend Jason. I'm not a part of it. I'm just here to tell you the truth. I'm just here to just give just give the truth on it, you know? So it's all in your hands now. But for real, Ryan, I just want to say I think we're all in Chorale, we're all kind of like really proud of how far you've come, especially just as a freshman, you know? And especially a lot of us are very confident in how well you're going to become and develop through your years, especially through Chorale as a freshman. You've definitely shown that you can hold your own through freshman year. And that's saying a lot, especially because the group's it's always going to need people to lift it up. And I think you're one of those people who can really support the rest. And because you just are completely dedicated and you really focus on the work and you know what you're doing. So I just want to say thank you, and you're just a great person.
Thanks, Weezy. You're the greatest.
Yay!
Ultimate Weezy moment.
I know. The fact that you guys are
Jason,
locked
why you
up
gotta do
because
me
of
like
Clarence
that?
and you're writing
I
really
swear.
well. That's awesome. Most normal part. Exactly. Alex. Oh my gosh. Okay, Greg. Holden. Bob Moore. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
Is your person here?
Yeah, Braden's still here.
Braden's here. Did you write one for Braden?
I did write one for Braden.
Perfect, Holden. Go right ahead.
All right, Miss Fairley, I actually have a question first.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Am I allowed to swear in the tribute?
No. No, because these could be,
Okay.
tech can watch and get into everything that we do. So
Okay. I just gotta censor it then real quick. Hold on.
Okay.
Mrs.
Thank
Federer,
you for
no one
asking
told
first.
him that in
You're
Norway,
really
the
entire tribute.
D-bag jar was.
Wait. What'd you say, Alex?
I told Holden that he could swear if the D-bag jar was taken care of.
Oh, right. If we weren't on a Google Meet and it was live, I'd probably let you go if it wasn't.
What if I put in an
$1 one.
IOU for the D-bag jar next year?
Not on a Google Meet.
All right.
Okay, we are ready when you are.
Okay. We are here today to mourn the death of Braden Shahan Schuster. In his good memory, I've written a poem detailing his final moments. When little Braden walked to school, he stopped and shook his head. Perhaps, he thought, it might be cool to skip today instead. He slowly sighed and turned away to arrive at Crosby's Food and Gas, for that was where he planned to stay and wait for the day to pass. But Braden's dreams were quick to fade. He turned around in vain and found a dozen cartons weighed and filled with pure cocaine. He stopped and stared. He got a touch. He faced his find inside. He sliced a bag, whiffed too much, and Braden freaking dies. Braden's one of the best and worst people I have ever known. He's been a rock for me since I met him. Whenever I have a bad idea, he's always there to say, hey, maybe don't. He's the one guy who's actually got me into doing chorus, and that's kind of cool. He's dependable, nice, and the sassiest person I have ever known. We had so many memories together, laughed at so many jokes that weren't at all funny, and thrown so many insults that I'll never forget. Thanks, Braden. That's it.
Yay!
That was incredible.
I wrote one.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh my God. Slightly worried about that, but it took a turn in a different direction. Thank you, Holden. Oh gosh.
I actually wrote a quick one for Holden.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Braden.
Oh, he redeemed himself. Okay, Braden, go ahead. We'll go back.
So you know how Holden always wears the same hoodie every day? You'd think it'd be for no reason, right? Wrong. You see, one of the Clarence High School teachers had it out for him, and his hoodie was his last line of defense. Holden knew this, however, and he showed his dominance to every teacher he came across. He stunned Doug Ratka with his pop culture references, stopped Jan Thome with his genuine hatred for the French language, and made fun of Matt Gardiella's baby. But one teacher eluded him, and that teacher was Thomas Covington. Thomas Covington. T-Cub was playing the long game. He'd been in this school for 32 years. He waited for the perfect moment, the moment that Holden took off his hoodie. When that day finally happened, T-Cub knocked out Holden with his plate of extremely expired food, bashed his head in with his boat compass, and hit his body in the ceiling, where he remains to this day. What do I say about Holden, man? You've added like spice to my life. You're the one with the bad ideas who I have to say no to, except we end up doing the bad ideas anyway, like going to Crosby's for White Monsters halfway through a football game. I don't know where I'd be, man. I'm sorry I didn't write a tribute for you, but all right. Done.
Brain, how do you manage to steal all of my jokes? He wasn't joking, by the way. I did actually make fun of my ELA teacher for having an ugly baby. Like, straight up.
Oh my God! I don't know, Braden. You just whipped that up in like 2 minutes. I'm pretty impressed right there. Whoa. Okay. So now we are on Jake Buzek. Is your person here?
Okay. Yeah, he is.
It said his video, something wasn't working. Hold on. Let me go back and see.
He's tributing Jamie, Mrs. Federley.
Yeah, so he's going to send it to me.
Oh, okay. Oh, his stuff isn't working. Oh, I love technology. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Jake. I don't know if you can hear us or not. But thank you. Okay, Jen, you'll get that. Jake Perna is.
Yes.
Oh, you can hear. Okay, hi. All right, send that over to Jamie, and Jake's person is here.
Yeah, mine's
All
Meg.
right.
Oh,
no. This will be good. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. It is with deep sorrow that I have to inform you of the death of Megan Isabel Maley. This tragic accident is one that will never be forgotten. While she was on her way back home from her work at Starbucks, the most frequently place she visits, she was T-boned by a huge semi being driven by a girl wearing a navy t-shirt and a cowboy hat. The force of the impact made a drink she had pour all over her. She scorched her entire body with a 300-degree latte with 4 shots of espresso and 1 pump of every syrup Starbucks had. She didn't usually drink hot drinks, yet her manager told her she was taking too much ice from the 10 drinks a day she had. The force of the crash also made everything in her car a backseat bullet. This made all the Chick-fil-A wrappers and Chipotle containers airborne and impaled her in the face. Her 10-pound makeup didn't shield her this time. The woman driving the semi in the navy t-shirt and the cowboy hat has not yet been found by authorities, but it is my theory that she's out in the country somewhere riding a green tractor and listening to bad country music. I began getting close with Megan during the lodge a couple years back. She never failed to make me laugh and always make me feel wanted, but maybe that was her separation anxiety talking. It wasn't until after her death that I realized she was 100% one of my soulmates, and I'll miss her every day for the rest of my life. But she's probably going to haunt me in ghost form anyways. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, Megan, the Starbucks queen. Beautiful. Hey, Colonel, you better get used to public speaking because you're going to be doing a lot of that next year. Okay. So, yes. So, Jamie, do you have Jake?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and he can hear.
Yes.
Right. So, go ahead.
All right. We are gathered here today to mourn the loss of Jacob Nicholas Buzek, who died in our very own Clarence High School. You see, Jacob had received an email from Ken Smith regarding the time he would be able to pick up his belongings from school. Though Jacob found it a little weird that he would be there at 8 p.m. on Monday, June 8th, he figured school was stretched for time. If only he'd known that email wasn't sent from Mr. Smith. Knowing Jacob, the outstanding procrastinator that he is, it's not surprising that he waited until 10 minutes after he was supposed to be at the high school to look for his textbooks. After his desperate search, he managed to arrive at 8:49. Jacob rushed inside the building, too focused on his time management skills to notice its emptiness. With the email open on his phone, he quickly made his way to room 509. Jake yanked open the door, almost dropping all of his textbooks. He felt a massive wave of despair wash over him as he locked eyes with none other than a fuming Vincenza Abel. I've been waiting in this room for over 52 minutes, Jacob. Do you understand? I'm so sorry, Mrs. Abel. I didn't mean to wait and make you wait. I was just... Enough of your sorry excuses. I'm done putting up with them. Jacob stood there in utter disbelief as the shouting continued. Did you really think I believed you lost every single lab I assigned? You're lucky I let you pass my class. I'm so sorry, Mrs. Ever since you left my class, I've been haunted by the memory of you. You don't deserve the special treatment I gave you. You didn't learn from it. Do you understand? You haven't changed one bit. I swear, Mrs. Abel, Enough! You need to be taught a lesson. Mrs. Abel stomped across the room, grabbing the first potted plant she could reach. Jacob felt a chill run down his spine as she launched the plant in his direction. Jake quickly evaded, using his masterful ATA skills to dodge. It was like a dance. Vincenza Abel tossing plants like a maniac, and Jacob desperately cartwheeling around the room. Unfortunately for Jacob, his survival tactics weren't all that practical. He soon became disoriented and smacked his side into a lab table. The last thing he ever saw was Mrs. Abel hit him over the head with a potted plant. Okay, so, well, I don't even know where to start. We made so many memories together in mixed chorus. It was insane. We had a great 2 years together in there. Like, we had our staple wars that we had together where we attacked each other with staples. And then we had the times where you really thought that you weren't going to make it into chorale, and I was always telling you, yes, you will. You were so great at this. Just keep believing, keep pushing yourself. And I was so proud of you when you did make it. And now we have the times when you're bonus kid. And even though I am graduating, I know we'll still have those times because Grace will be here next year and she will definitely take you along in my mom's car and we'll get Tim's. And I'm going to miss seeing you every day, but I know it's not the end of our friendship and we're going to be friends for a very long time. Love you, man.
Another great tribute, people. I just keep talking about it. Fantastic. Love it, love it, love it. Vincenza Abel. Oh man, I was crying under here. That was good. That was awesome. Jason Wyant, is your person here?
Yes.
He is.
Yes. Okay, Jason, and congratulations on your award last night too. Great job.
Thank you.
The CHORALE loves you. Okay, go ahead, Jason.
I'm so afraid.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here today to mourn the passing of our dearly beloved friend, Brian Renzoni. Renzoni unfortunately died this past Saturday, moments after receiving the Nobel Prize in Chemistry. At the awards ceremony, Brian Renzoni walked across the stage to receive his prize. Upon receiving a shiny gold medal signifying his accomplishments, the late Professor Renzoni abruptly dropped dead on the floor of the stage. Recent autopsy reports revealed that Professor Renzoni succumbed to a heart attack at the ceremony. This heart attack was triggered due to the sheer excitement that Brian Renzoni experienced while receiving the medal. This overwhelming amount of adrenaline was too much for Brian's old heart to handle, and he sadly died at the age of 95. It is a shame that this happened because Brian Renzoni had waited his whole life for this Nobel Prize. He spent all of his life's work on trying to get this accomplishment, and he was only able to experience this for a moment. It's upsetting. But Brian Renzoni will always remain in my heart. He was a kind, caring, and intelligent person who never failed to put a smile on my face. He will always be remembered for his outstanding leadership in chorale, his amazing voice, which never failed to impress, and his great performances in the school play and musical. Most of all, I will remember Brian for welcoming me into the high school with open arms. Brian made my freshman year all the more enjoyable because of how accepting and kind he was toward me, and I will never forget him. I would like to remind you all that although Brian is no longer with us physically, he is still with us spiritually. He lives in you. He lives in me, and he watches over everything we see. And he will always remain in our hearts. I love you, Brian. You are an incredible person and friend, and I'm going to miss you. Thank you.
Wholesome Jason.
That was,
I love wholesome
yeah,
Jason.
I agree with Cuddly. Hands down the best tribute.
The best one right there.
Wow.
Oh my God, that was just
Thank you,
nuts
Jason.
tie-in.
This is where I would like give you that giant hug and like pick you up and spin you around the room.
Yes, I remember that.
Yep.
He lives
For sure.
in you.
Yeah,
Oh
and
my
then
God,
we
look
would
at
do
it.
like
Oh.
those.
Is the
Then we
best
would like at the
tribute
Flodge,
here.
we would jump on the trampoline and stuff.
Yeah.
It was so fun.
I love you, Jason.
Love you too,
He
Mom.
lives in you. Oh, I am not forgetting this.
Hands
Woo.
down.
Boy,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
good.
Cuddly, you better start taking notes. This is good stuff.
That was great. Okay. Yes. Okay. Jada. Who's next? Is it Jada? Jada. Is your person here?
Yes, it's Alexa San Pinheiro.
Woo! All right. You go right ahead, girl.
Okay. We are gathered here today to remember the heart and soul of Alexa San Pinheiro. I was with her during her final moments. We were riding Splash Mountain in Disney, and as we went down the final hill, she passed away from a lack of oxygen as she suffocated from hiding underneath her jean jacket, trying to avoid getting wet on the water ride. As we remember her, I think most of us would say, she's so shy, she's so quiet, and much more. I always thought the same thing, but it wasn't until I talked to Alexa at the Treble Sleepover during my freshman year that I really got close to her. We talked for like 2 hours at 1 a.m., and let me tell you, she's like the opposite of quiet when you start talking to her. She's so funny and outgoing, and a fantastic listener. After that extremely early morning conversation with her, I knew me and her would become so close in and out of the choral department. I could always count on her when I wasn't having a good day, or if I just really needed to rant to someone about dance the night before, or how my tap teacher nearly threw tap shoes at us, or how I was so nervous to perform my first solo this year. Alexa was so calming, and I love her so much. She's one of the sweetest people I've ever met, and her musical talents are the cherry on top of a sundae. I remember when she auditioned for the Amazing Grace solo before I had really gotten to know her, and I was shooketh to my core. I couldn't believe that such a big voice was coming out of her. She would go on to sing a solo in Bella Voce later in the spring, as well as the Jumbo solo in Disney. I was beyond happy for her as she deserved all those opportunities. She worked so hard and has undeniable talent. As I come to an end to Alexa's tribute, I look back and will forever cherish the memories such as chorus concerts, the Flodge, and us running to the Slinky Dog ride in Disney, hoping that we wouldn't be late to the buses. She has inspired me to reach my full potential not only as a performer, but as a person. With that, I am saying goodbye to my fellow chamber choir and Bella Voce member, treble sister, choralian, and friend Alexa San Pinheiro.
Yay! That was beautiful, and it was perfect for Alexa. I agree with everything that you said. Everything. Aw, sweet, so sweet. Bill is back. Okay. Lindsay Chalmers, is your person here?
Yeah, I have Emily.
DeWicky? Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Hello, everyone. We're here today to remember and reflect on the life of our good friend Emily DeWick. Unfortunately to us all, Emily's life was taken this past week in a terrible accident. She was on her way to get food from one of her favorite places, Chipotle. She was with a few friends and they were just too distracted by each other and the music blasting in the car. Emily was singing so loud and wouldn't stop making Vine references, so no one heard the car horns, and the next thing they realized was that they were in the wrong lane. The car swerved and flew, landing right outside of Chipotle. Emily was so close to getting her beloved chicken bowl. I met Emily last year. She was always so nice to me, and I loved her sense of humor. I was guaranteed to laugh whenever I was around her. We made many memories together, from hanging out and going to Chipotle a few times to seeing each other at school. It was never a dull moment with Emily. She was dedicated to the chorus department, and her voice greatly contributed to the alto section. I looked up to her and thoroughly enjoyed spending time with her. She will be remembered for her kindness, ability to make anyone laugh, and her thoughtfulness. She will be so missed.
Oh, Lindsay, that was so sweet. Thank you so much. Oh, I love you. We have to go get Chipotle again. They're open, so we're going.
You're making me hungry, guys. Chipotle sounds really, actually, I think I might go get that later. Sounds good, Lynn. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, now we're on to Miss Megan Maley, who I'm going to guess has Jake Perna, but I have no idea. You do? Okay.
Of course I do. It was the night of February 7th. I was sat in the middle school auditorium with Salvatore, Anthony, and most importantly, Jacob Joseph Perna by my side. The lights began to dim as excitement grew in our hearts, and then the music began. Anyways, Jacob jumped up and down in his seat with excitement. He seemed to be hyperventilating as he stared blankly at the stage. You would have thought he was on drugs. Scenes passed, yet Jacob was still as excited as when the show started. Elsa stood on the stage, singing her famous song, Let It Go, as Jacob sang along quietly in a seat, making strange movements along with the song as if he choreographed it before we had even got there. The song was building up, and so was Jacob's adrenaline and emotion. It was quiet until Elsa hit her star note, leaving everyone in the room with goosebumps. Everyone but Jacob, that is. You see, Jacob took the note a little differently. He stood up and started jumping up and down, cheering her on, screaming her name and making a scene. He was so thrilled. The old man behind us gently tapped on his shoulder and told him to sit down because the song wasn't even over. But little did he know it was all over for Jacob. The old man's gentle tap sent Jacob tumbling down the seats in front of him and falling to his death. Jacob has been my best friend for about 1.5 years now, but somehow it has felt like forever. We basically do everything together. If I'm apart from him from literally like 2 days, I have separation anxiety. My parents have questioned multiple times if we're dating due to the amount of times I spend and talk about him, but I always reassure them that you're gay, so. You were such an amazing guy who never failed to make me smile and laugh. You've made life bearable for me. I've never connected with someone more in my life. I'm so glad to have you as a best friend, and you already know that you'll be at my dorm about 4 times a week because I'll drag you here and make you visit me. My mom always told me that you can have multiple soulmates in your lifetime, and it doesn't have to be like in a romantic way. And I genuinely believe that you are one of mine. Without you, I'm not sure where I would be. So I love you so much, Jake, and rest in peace.
Thank you, Megan.
That was great. That was great. Megan, was that really true? Something, were you in the auditorium watching Frozen?
Yeah.
And there was a guy. The only reason I put that together is because of the date. I was like, that's interesting. Good. Okay, beautiful. Yeah, you can definitely tell the connection you two have. I love it. It's a beautiful thing.
Megan, I love Frozen. That was so good.
Nah, we wanted to hear more of it too. Nah, hey.
Me and Megan sang that in middle school. It was our first song.
Megan and
Oh, whatever.
Okay, Morgan Chalmers is your person here.
Yeah, it's Lindsay.
Lindsay? Oh, this is good. Okay, go ahead.
I didn't choose.
I'm sorry.
Okay. No, it's fine. Good afternoon. We are here to honor the life of my twin, Lindsay Chalmers. Earlier this week, Lindsay woke up and started her daily routine of sleeping way past her loud alarm clock, procrastinating her daily jog, and taking at least 30 minutes just to get dressed, drink her coffee, and put on her sneakers. She connected her AirPods and turned on her hardcore workout playlist just to probably end up walking half of her route, as she always did. I decided to go with her today, not knowing that we would be walking most of the way. I decided to run and pushed her way past her breaking point. We were almost home when she collapsed from exhaustion and died. Lindsay was such a kind and caring person. She always talked about chorus when we got home and how much she loved it. I was so proud of her when she told me she would be treble president next year. She had many friends and was always there for them. She was such a sweet person that everyone liked. She was a great Sup 1 section leader and student conductor in treble. We have known each other since before birth. She knew all my secrets, likes, and dislikes. She was my best friend and we did everything together. She will be missed.
Thank you, Morgan.
Yay! That's the first time we had a twin tributed twin ever in the history of CHORALE. How sweet. See, I bet she doesn't tell you that face to face. It had to come out in something.
No.
Ah, sweet, you two. Okay, Mr. Nathan, is your person here?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, go ahead, Nate.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here today to commemorate the life of Aidan Saglian, who was many things, but most sadly, a tenor. Most of you knew him as Thick Dylan. However, it was this very name that led to his untimely demise at the hands of none other than his brother, Plain Dylan. After chorale one day, I had the pleasure of walking out of the chorus room with Aidan. We had a nice chat about him and his brother and how we agreed that he was the crowd favorite. For weeks beforehand at musical rehearsals, I overheard Plain Dylan constantly and desperately wishing he could be thick too. On rare occasions, I walked into the weight room and saw him praying to be. And for these weeks, I thought he was simply joking around, until Aidan and I were leaving the chorus room, and I saw Plain Dylan, wearing a sumo suit and Alex's large pink dress, charging down the hall towards us. He knocked me out of the way and jumped on top of him, suffocating his own brother, screaming that he would become the true Thick Dylan. Aidan will be truly missed, most by me, and I will always remember his sense of humor and that rich tenor voice. He is always a welcome presence in chorale, and it was great to get to know him over this past year. Even though we were never the closest, I know things wouldn't be the same without him. I still see him everywhere I go, even right now, and I'm going to miss the true Thick Dylan.
That okay, so I've never heard that before. Thick Dylan and Plain Dylan. No.
You never heard that?
You've never heard Thick
No.
Dylan? I don't call
No.
him Aiden. I call him Thick Dylan. He doesn't. Aiden's
Aw,
not his name.
you guys, that's
They call me Thick Brian.
Yeah, and Alex is Thick Brian.
oh my god! Well, as long as they have yeah, as long as they have a great sense of humor about it, they're fine. It is kind of funny, actually. No, I've never heard it. Oh my gosh. Okay, Nate, that was great. Okay, who's next? Parker, is your person here?
Wheezy's here. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh, good. Here we go.
Okay. So what I'm about to tell you is some classified information. So hopefully soon, like within the next person over, I don't die. Okay. But we'll see what happens. All right. It was a late summer morning, and your boy Wheezy was, as per usual, sleeping. Like, I don't know how, but he slept through like 5 different alarms. But maybe it was because of the dream he was having. This was no normal dream. This was of a scared boy constantly running. The clock was 11:33 a.m. More than 2 hours late. Poor Wheezy. But he had to get up. And dang, he was like a wild racehorse. The kid, as per usual again, didn't take a shower and zipped out of the house like a bat out of hell. He zoomed to his car, daisy like a drunken sailor. But then he took a Sunday drive around town to get some Tim Hortons before musical rehearsal. Okay, I'll admit that was probably a good idea. I mean, you don't want to be starving and late. That just make you look even like more stupid. But when Wheezy got to the high school, obviously sanitized at the door, and nothing new for CHS. Just like the bunch of bugs in the library. But I digress. Wheezy strolled down to the auditorium, only to meet the gaze of Vitello. Wheezy just wanted to finish his bagel, but Vitello was about to pop off. But now, this wasn't any normal Vitello. His hair was green, his face pale as a ghost, and instead of his usual stern grin, it was a wide, red, vibrant smile. And somehow, his outfit was superb, derivative. It had fantastic purples and greens, and even in It Ain't Easy Being Wheezy undershirt. But what were those on his feet? Clown shoes? This was no regular Vitello. This was the Joker. Vitello must have watched the movie and just related so much with the character Arthur. By the time Greg realized this, it was too late. That madman was dancing after him. Maybe it was the stair dance. The song started, so I'm guessing probably. And he had an antique .38 revolver. Probably illegal, but let's not get into that. Bullets were flying everywhere, except Wheezy's big forehead under all that head of hair. Okay, but then it did. Kinda sad. But wait, this story isn't over yet. I never told you he stopped dreaming. Now this time, Greg had truly woken up. Everything seemed like it repeated, except when he saw Vitello. He was normal. Until those bugs from the library erupted from Mr. Vitello. I'll spare you the details of the gore, but they quickly subdued Wheezy and took him to the highest part of the building. But this is not why Greg Weasemore, Greg Weasemore, the wheeziest, died. He had forgotten his albuterol inhaler at home. He was having a ruthless asthma attack. And this was his kiss to death. It truly isn't easy being wheezy. All right.
Amen.
So, although he wasn't the best baller, Greg
That's
Weasemore
false.
is the sickest, and he is the most caring person ever. Like he would, like, some days during the musical, he would always like go up, like ask me how I'm doing, and I appreciate it so much. Cause Greg, you're like the bomb, man. When you want to be caring, you get to it, and I love it, man. I love you, Greg. I'm sorry you died by asphyxiation
Thank
technique.
you.
I love you, Greg.
Love
That's
you,
it.
Parker.
Parker, I love the Joker. It's amazing.
I would have been
I had to add
murdered
it.
by Joker than a
I'm
ruthless
sorry.
asthma
I
attack.
died bugs.
Greg, we got to go to work soon.
Yeah.
All right, let's hurry this up.
I'm
Six,
scorched.
4. Who wants to go? Let's go alphabetical. Okay.
Wait a minute.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Thank you, Thick Dylan. I love you. I love you, Thick Dylan. I love you so much. That was very nice. Gamers!
I posted the link to the Baby Rage Emo image.
What image?
I posted the link to the Baby Rage Emo image in the chat before they even said that.
Okay.
Busy
Sal,
gaming.
did you say you had to go to work?
I had to go at like 3:20. I have to leave. But
Okay, why don't you go next just in case?
well, I have Cristo, and he's not here. But so I wasn't even gonna go. But
He could happen. He has Wi-Fi where he is. He told me.
oh, I know he does. Want me to read it? I was gonna send it to him because it's kind of funny.
I kind of might want to hear that. Well,
Okay,
it depends. We'll see. We're gonna go back to Dylan for a second.
Okay,
But if there's
yeah, that's
time and you guys have another 5 minutes, we'll keep it.
Mrs. Federle, you skipped Ryan Davidson.
I don't see Ryan Davidson. Why is he not showing up?
Ryan, he's here.
Is it like the name Zero on your
Go
screen?
to the list of like show everyone and then go to the list.
Yeah, I think you have it so that it only shows people that have the video on.
Yeah.
No,
Here,
like,
I'll
I
turn
see
my video on.
I see Jason and Drea and Greg, and they don't have their videos on. I don't know. He's just not here at all for me.
I just I heard him. He
Okay.
just doesn't have his video.
Can you
hear me? I hear you.
I can see you now
I
too,
don't-
Ryan.
Okay. Well, I'm so sorry. Thank you for
Weird.
reminding me. Let's go. Okay, so we're gonna go back to Ryan, and then back to Dylan. How's that? Unless we might need to go to Sal, but for right now, let's do Ryan. Is your person here, Ryan?
Okay. Yeah, it's Jason.
Okay.
Hello, fellow Game Boys. We come here today to mourn the death of Jason Wyatt, a freshman at Clarence High School. This unexpected death happened on opening night for the Kaja Falls. As we have some details of his death to give you, we will expect you to clear your voices for one last chant. Game Boy, Game Boy. Thank you. He will truly appreciate your chant. Let's get into the news. During musical practice in March, we met Game Boy. The hoodie and human wrapped in the name Game Boy will forever follow us in spirit whenever we say the words Game Boy. The next day on performance night, we created a chant. It involved the circle, with Anthony lifting Jason up higher and higher as we chant Game Boy. We completed the chant, having Jason flying higher. As Anthony brings Jason higher and higher, he accidentally lets go of Jason on the way up, and Jason goes flying through the roof, and his head turns into a square shape. Don't ask me how, it just did. As in the shape of a Game Boy. Random, right? I mean, it was a short death, and not as great as I would have expected. When it comes down, we check his pulse, and no movement. We trusted Cristo to deal with the body, and Adam to ease the soul into heaven. We don't know his last words, and frankly, don't care. We just mourn. And well, here we are, together back in the present. Jason was a hardworking tenor and student. He always put his all into everything and never gave up no matter what. He was a great friend and always there for me. He always lit up the room, no matter what room he was in. We will truly miss his passion and love for everything and everyone. He would have made a bright and legendary path. And lots of money that I would eventually have to steal from him. But we celebrate him as a person and a true friend here today. Although he always beats me in geometry, in school in general, we will forever miss him. Jason, we let you go. Everyone, live in the light of Jason and Game Boy. Good night.
Thank you, Game Boy.
Game Boy. Game Boy.
Game
Boy.
Game Boy. Game Boy.
Game Boy.
Game Boy.
Girls, do you have any idea what they're talking about?
What? If you're in drama club, you should know.
If you're in drama club,
I know. Okay, so there was this kid who came in.
Yeah.
And he was like at a rehearsal. He wasn't even in the show.
He wasn't in the show.
Oh, you watched that bingo bongo last night at the banquet?
No, that
Yeah,
wasn't him.
bingo.
Who's Bingo Bongo?
It was
I saw
Colleen.
last night. I was like, who's Bingo Bongo?
Yeah,
Colleen.
I
It was
realized that
Colleen.
last minute we were on. That's why I was like, okay, bye, let's go. Continue, go ahead.
Sal, go ahead.
Okay, so there's this kid who came in when we were at musical rehearsal, and like we were in the orchestra room, and he was just standing there. He was like with somebody, and we were like, "Who?" And he was wearing a Game Boy shirt, and we were like, "Who is this kid?" So we just kept calling him Game Boy, and that's how it started.
Did Jason make it up? It wasn't Jason.
No, it was some
No.
rando. Wasn't even in the cast.
Yeah, it wasn't in the cast. He just showed up to rehearsal one day. Apparently, he doesn't
No,
even
it
go
was
to
because it
the
was
cast.
Colleen's friend. She
Yeah.
brought it up.
And
Who
so
knows?
that's Game Boy.
Oh, that's great. Thanks for the story, Sal.
You're welcome.
I miss
Okay.
game. Oh.
Okay, let's go to, what time is it? Sal. Let's do Sal now, just in case.
All right.
And then
all
we'll
right.
come
So
back.
I had Cristo. All right. Okay. So let me turn on. Oh, my camera's on. Okay. Could you hear me? Is it all good? Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
We can hear you.
Cool. So during quarantine, reality, it all started when he lost his job at the local clown shop. He just wanted to be a comedian. It was his dream. The problem was that he just wasn't that funny, but that didn't let it stop him. He went out to the local comedy clubs and practiced his material for his act. He lived a good life. He was the man of the house for as long as he could remember. He took good care of his mother. But Cristo has had a really, really rough couple of weeks. He found out that he was adopted, so he ended up killing his mother in the hospital. He killed 3 Wall Street guys on the subway. But his time to shine has finally come. He got asked to be on the Murray Franklin show. This was his big break with his favorite talk show host. But Cristo never made it to the show. On the way there, he was hit by a car. This old lady named PJ/Precious jumped the light and T-boned him. May he rest in peace. Okay. So I met Cristo on the first day of middle school. We crossed paths because we were both lost on our way to gym. He insisted that he knew a shortcut, but it ended up making us 15 minutes late. It turns out that we were both in chorus too, and our sisters knew each other from treble. We quickly became fast friends until I stole his girlfriend away from him and we beefed for a while. We quickly learned what mattered most, which was bros before hoes. It's hard to believe that we have sang together for 7 years straight, minus sophomore year, when we were in different ensembles. We have been mistaken for one another on numerous occasions. We have countless inside jokes that nobody but us would understand. He is my wingman, and I cannot wait until we are roommates next year at Cortland in our next chapter in our lives. The end. There we go. That's all.
Awesome. Yeah.
That's
Joker.
so cool.
This is not the reality of Joker.
Uh-oh.
And PJ kills Chris. PJ.
What did I hit? Hey, so guys, now every time somebody talks, I'm getting, it's like closed caption. I'm getting all the words popping up in the bottom of the screen.
You have to turn on caption button.
Yeah, just
Oh.
press.
Okay. Haven't hit that one yet. Okay, here we go. Captions are off. All right. Thanks, Sal. Okay, we need to go back to Dylan, right? Yes. Okay. And then Seth will be last. Okay, go ahead, Dylan.
Like Abe's favorite thing. But what we do know is that in life, he loved to make a spectacle out of anything. And it's only fitting that he went out in a special way. This fateful event occurred on March 12th, 2020, which was also the date of the senior show for a show he was in called La Cage aux Folles. Now, for this tale, it is worth noting that his character was not dressed in a normal male attire. He was dressed in drag, which also happened to require him to wear heels, which he was not very good at walking around in. That is no meaning to the story right now, but trust me, it's important later. Okay, the first few scenes of the show were going great for Mr. Metz. The audience was large, and as the show went on, it seemed as everything was going to be okay. But then tragedy struck. It seems as if there was an issue with one of Mr. Metz's heels, and when he sprung up to say his glorious line, "Ratatouille, ratatouille," His heel broke, and he stumbled backwards into one of Mr. Merlihan's LED light strips and ripped them off the walls. A furious Mr. Merlihan ran onto stage and started ruthlessly beating him over the head with a pipe that he tore off of the birdcage. And in all the commotion, Miss Weber ran to the stage to see what had happened, and when she saw that he broke his heel, she beat him over the head with the part that he broke off. And Vitello and Federle, while hearing him crying, decided that Babe's tears were out of tune and he did not have the proper diction that was required of him. So they took part in beating him with whatever they could find. The whole scene lasted a comically long time, might I add. And when he was unconscious and unresponsive, the crowd cheered and cheered, thinking it was all part of the show, and everyone played it off as such and completed the show with his unconscious body. After the show, they had a proper burial for him, but nobody cared enough to take him out of his drag costume, so they buried him in the costume and never spoke of the moment again. Legend has it you can still hear a faint ratatouille every night there is a Clarence show. As long as I've known Abe, which mind you has not been a long time, he has been one of the nicest and funniest people I've ever met. And yes, we do have our arguments and disagreements, and the disagreements always turn into inside jokes somehow, like we have a ton of those for some reason. And although he is a bass and I'm a tenor, and although we are always going against each other for everything because of the rivalry between the two sections, we have somehow managed to stay friends through it all. Abraham, I love you, my guy, and just know that it was more difficult to write this last friendly part than it was to write how you died. But if that's not what friends are for, I don't know what is.
Wow.
Yeah. I love you, man. Okay, I'm done.
I love you too, Joe. That was so cute.
Yay, everybody.
Babe.
Beautiful. Oh my
Thank
God.
you. Thank you.
Guys, we
I
made
love
it
my
to
dad.
the last person, and that
Babe is
today
so cute.
is Seth, I think, unless I'm missing somebody else. Seth, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Is your person here?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. Take it away.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here today to pay our respects to the one and only Nathan Isaacs. Nate was a person filled with commitment, energy, enthusiasm, and love for music. I had the pleasure of starring alongside Nate in the Cage au Fall as a Cagel, and I can say that he put forth so much energy and commitment in being a drag queen. As some of you may have heard, Nate's death was the result of him going full method. He was cast in a virtual production of The Phantom of the Opera as Carlotta, but he wanted to take his performance to the next level. He wanted to go the full method route, kind of like what Sal did for Joker, but to the extreme. He got a total of 5 different costumes and wigs, and he even went as far as to hang a giant chandelier in his room. But he did not hang it properly, and it ironically crashed on him during the virtual performance. Everyone watching was shocked, including the rest of the cast, but the viewers thought, hey, must be part of the performance, kind of like that Birdman movie with Michael Keaton. So the show went on. Although this accident was very tragic, Nate went on to become a legend with massive amounts of critical praise for his performance and the approach to said performance. I think we can all agree that Nate was always approached each performance with a great amount of dedication, whether he was starring in Mamma Mia or taking the spotlight as Santa during Christmas caroling, or taking on the role of a Cagel who was always hungry. Nate was always on top of everything and acted as a leader for many of us at times. He was a talented, nice, and hardworking student with a great future ahead of him. When I made it into the musical Evita, Nate was one of many people that welcomed me into the family, and he was a great role model for others who were not used to the system. The same goes for when I entered the chorale. On top of that, no matter what we were doing, whether in the musical or in chorale, he would always be willing to try new things and push his talents to the limit. I never had the chance to see him in action during wind ensemble rehearsals, but from what I've heard and from what I've seen during some of the concerts, he was always focused and hard at work. His sense of humor also broke the tension during hard times. It saddens my heart that Nate is not here with us. He had such a strong passion for music/musical theater, and that is something that no one will forget.
Wholesome ending. I love the wholesomeness.
Hey, Miss Federle, we can't hear you.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
No.
Definitely not. L.
Oh, no.
L. L.
No.
L.
Ah.
Oh.
The F.
He's definitely violating the D-bag jar rule, so because we can't hear her, we can't hold her accountable for it.
I feel like I should know how to help right now, but like.
Come on, tech facilitator, let's go.
I'm sorry. Wait. I don't know.
Megan, it's 3 p.m.
Miss Farley, are you on your phone or a laptop?
She's on laptop, I think.
That's kind of nice.
Megan, you can't do
She
that.
like type in chat. She left.
Oh, she left and joined again.
Okay.
I see. Own meeting.
Jacob, I can't hear you.
Okay, well now the teacher's gone. How are you guys doing?
Back.
Jacob, where'd you go?
Guys, what's the answer to the first one?
Your mom.
Wait, guys, I have a question though. Why is it in the water? Like, are we gonna just?
Oh yeah, we never. And
We never answered that.
Oh, Abe, where's Johnny? Where's Johnny's legs?
I don't know, Nate. Where are they?
The legs on which you walk on?
I don't know, bro.
Who's the more iconic character, Wade or Johnny?
I see you.
Oh, we're just kind of waiting for Farley to
Me. I'm gonna say Wade.
You aren't
I have a
responding
solution.
to me.
What's
It's Wade.
Help me.
It's Wade.
Emily, are you eating
Go
your
on.
t-shirt sleeve?
I'm taking some later. I need to know.
Am I what?
I'm assistant tech.
Are you eating your t-shirt
Go on.
sleeve?
I'm assigning you as assistant tech.
Megan.
No, it's just like I don't know.
It just looks like you were eating your sleeve. Emily, you're so cute.
Wow,
I love you.
Making a clickety clackety.
I can't. I gotta go. I'll cry.
Dabble dee dabble.
Guys, listen up. Mrs. Federle, her screen froze, and she went back in the link, but it's just her, and none of us are here.
That's sad.
That's a
Epic.
big oof.
So,
If we all leave and then rejoin.
That's a grade A fuck up.
Amy wasn't here. Amy wasn't here. We can see you, but we can't hear you. Megan, how could you?
It sounds like the peak scientific class right now.
Okay.
Right there.
I swear to God.
She's back.
I didn't even have to look for who it was. I knew it was Adam.
Tonight.
Hands up.
Sound setting.
Oh man.
Somebody got kicked out of the car. She can't get back.
Parker, do you know all the lyrics?
Jacob,
No, but
What?
I know someone who
you're gonna
does.
be fine.
I don't know if he still knows.
Wait,
Ian still
we can
knows.
do the rap part.
Oh yeah, Ian
He
can
knows
do
the
the
whole
rap.
rap part.
Tonight.
Megan gone?
Turn around and look up.
Total shock.
Total
Feels
shock.
your
Feels
body.
your
I
body.
know it's you
Oh no,
again.
it's
How
still
could
again.
I
How
forget
did I
those
forget
eyes,
those
eyes,
Wow.
eyes,
This
eyes,
is Corral.
Cause baby,
Adam,
Can
play
you guys
Balloon
hear me
Boy.
now?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Something turned off in the settings. Thank you, Aiden and Dylan. I don't know how that happened.
He's working for me.
Thanks for being patient with me, guys.
Assistant
Okay,
facilitator.
Megan, watch your mouth. Okay, here we go. Now listen, because we would have normally done this obviously if we were in school through many different days. And because of everyone's schedules, Alex and I talked and tried to get it all done at once. So I know it's been 2 hours and I'm only going to take up 5 more minutes of your time. But I have a little something that I read every year traditionally, and I'd like everyone to listen. So go ahead and mute. You can all hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead and mute.
Yeah.
And this is specifically for our seniors, which is typically when the tissue boxes come out. So Here is our traditional speech. You began high school as children, many of you with me since 2016, but you're leaving as adults. You've completed a basic education that will serve as the platform you'll use to launch yourselves into the future. Some of you will go on to college, others will go straight into the workforce, but each of you will travel your own path. No matter where you go or what you do, there will be challenges ahead of you. Meet those challenges with your head held high and your heart wide open. It's not enough to simply try to get by in life. That isn't what moves the world forward. You must knock on doors until your knuckles bleed. Doors will slam in your face. You must pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and knock again. It's the only way to achieve your goals in your life. Each of you will forever hold a special place in my heart. I can only hope that you have learned some life lessons in this room where there's warmth and love. A family is reborn every year in this room, and I don't use that word lightly. A family shapes you, inspires you, grounds you. In this class, we are family. We love, we forgive, we have our share of drama, we give hugs, lots of hugs, we have fun, we give second chances, we make mistakes, but we're real. In this room, we do all of these things. Oops, sorry. And we forgive and we forget. We're supportive of one another, we count our blessings, and most importantly, we love one another. In our family, we have actors, film producers, teachers, music teachers, servicemen and women, chemists, psychologists, businessmen. We have a nurse, a biologist, vocal and instrumental performers, as well as some who are undecided, and they'll decide what their own path is down the road, and that's fine. There's a multitude of talent sitting here before you. I'm so proud to have been your chorus teacher, and I can say for certain that our graduates will go on to change the world. I hope you find comfort in knowing that your family will always be here for you. Before our seniors leave us today, I want to remind you to bring back some pennants. I ask you this every year, and no one ever does it. From your college, I hope that you can remember to do that and leave you with 7 tips from Mama. Number 1, do one thing at a time and give each experience all of your attention. Number 2, follow your passion while staying true to yourself. Number 3, step up when times are the toughest. Number 4, start singing when you're up to your neck in SHIT. Number 5, life is like a piano. The white keys represent happiness and the black show sadness. But as you go through life's journey, remember that the black keys also make music. Number 6, don't practice until you get it right. Practice until you can't get it wrong. Number 7, never follow someone else's path unless, of course, you're in the woods and you're lost and you see a path, then by all means, you should follow that. Ellen DeGeneres. Number 8, be nice. Very simple. And number 9, remember, music on, world off. Behind you, all your memories. Before you, all your dreams. Around you, all who love you. Within you, all you need. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been phenomenal as this year's class of 2020, and I wish you more. So here is our traditional book that we read. It is by Amy Krauss and Tom Lickenfield. It's a book that I read every year. It's a very simple children's book, but I think it says so much and speaks volumes. So I'm going to tuck this underneath so it doesn't blow away. Everybody just bear with me. Okay. Here we go. I wish, ladies and gentlemen, can you all, I'm going to hold that up here. Can you all see the pictures okay? Let me see if I pin myself. Hold on, I can make it a little bigger. So like that. Okay. There we go. I wish you more up than down. I wish you more give than take. I wish you more tippy toes than deep. I wish you more we than me. I wish you more pause than fast forward. I wish you more umbrella than rain. I wish you more bubbles than bath. I wish you more treasures than pockets. I wish you more stories than stars. I wish all of this for you because you are everything I could wish for. And more. And like I told Trouble the other day, it's not the sun why I'm wearing these sunglasses today. I love all of you dearly. I know this is not the way we planned on ending, but we tried our darndest to keep everything as normal as it possibly could and keep all of our traditions. And with the help of your officers, specifically Alex, I think that you kept all of that intact. And I wanted to say thank you, all of you, for being here today because that means so much, especially to the seniors right now. And you'll understand when you're a senior someday, and this is for you. I want to remind you that tomorrow, if you are a senior or you were an award recipient, and I posted the names on Schoology from last night's banquet, that we'll be driving around in a big old bus tomorrow to deliver your awards directly to your house. If you're not going to be there, please don't ask if we can make special exceptions. We can't. The bus garage is doing this in this specific time frame, and it's going to be about 3 hours from about 9 to 12. So hopefully you'll be home. If not, we'll leave it on your doorstep. We'll, if it's small, I can leave it in your mailbox. I just want to remind you that the last lesson was June 5th, and if you took a look at your average and you're still hurting, you probably want to do that CHORALE project, and the last date, absolute last date I can accept that is June 16th. So I hope that I covered everything. I hope that you had a fabulous year. At least, God bless you, were able to get Disney in for a lot of you. And I love you all. And nothing, that will never change. So big hurrah to our seniors. Woo! Woohoo! And I see Alex's hand up. Yes. Alex, go ahead.
Here and then, but depending on all the reopening stuff, we're still going to have a picnic this summer. I don't know when it's going to be. We're going to have an officers meeting next week and plan a tentative date for sometime towards the end of July. It'll probably be at someone's house, probably mine, to avoid, all the park problems. And we'll still get together for a little bit and end the year the way we normally do, as normally as we can. So stay tuned to remind. I'm not letting that go yet. As soon as I have info on that, I will let you guys know.
Yay. And Jake Perna, if you can give me that music as soon as you can. I think we're waiting on a couple people.
Yeah,
Everyone needs to turn in their music or you have to pay $2.75. Yes, we still have to collect music. So much love to you all and have a really wonderful summer. And many of you I'll see tomorrow. So be prepared. Get those video cameras and cameras ready, okay? All right. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.